Hello and welcome to Our Time, but a very special Our Time.
Merry Christmas to everybody, and it's special
Yes.
because we're actually here for an hour. And boy, have we got some interesting people.
We do.
We're going to amaze you with some magic from Ben Hutton.
And Peter's here talking to Angela Flynn. She's the manager of the Spirit Festival.
And we have the return of Dreadlocks and Drumming. They're back with a sort of special Christmas upbeat. But first, what is special about Christmas, do you think?
I think it's just families being together and...
Yes, and we thought tonight, or today, we would introduce to you some of our family.
Yes.
And first of all, you know, a show goes together because it has a producer, and our producers are...
Well, Lisa is up there.
Yes, Lisa Stocko, and I help a bit here and there.
You do.
And Jan Day helps us. But the next most important person is the director.
And he's sitting right here.
Hello.
Jonathan.
Jonathan, how nice to get you down here on the floor.
Yes, this is very interesting.
Interesting.
Is this the first? Who's calling the shots?
Good question.
It is.
I could, but I don't think that would be polite.
I think he's all doing
What,
sign
say who?
language.
Oh, okay. Now, tell us your story. Where did you get an interest for television? Where did it come from?
My story? Good question. I've always enjoyed film and television, and it's just from watching far too much of it. So I enjoyed it so much, I wanted to be a part of it.
So you took up a university position? Course?
That's correct, yes. Bachelor of Media Arts at the University of South Australia.
And how
where
long
we
is that
film our
course?
time. 3 years.
Okay, and you've nearly completed that?
That's correct. I'll graduate in March.
Next year.
exciting.
That's correct.
So what do you think the future's going to be for you? What's your great ambition?
Future? I don't know what the future holds. If I did, I would probably have people calling me God and not be sitting here. But my ambitions, I just want to be involved with television production.
Right.
Okay, but as a director,
That's correct.
do you see your role in the future as being a director in a production sense, like as a producer-director, or just pushing buttons or telling people, we'll have that shot next, please?
Anything at all.
Okay.
I'm just thoroughly enjoying it and want to be a part of it.
Talk us
Fantastic.
through what you do upstairs when you're directing.
Upstairs, well, I get to whinge into the ears of the camera operators
Yes,
and get the best shots of yourselves and the guest.
yes.
That's correct.
Is that it?
There's more to it than that.
And that's what we want to know.
Really?
Yes.
Well, it begins with just before we're here now, we have to organise the whole thing. So there's a lot of polite asking, then stern suggesting, and then we begin.
Okay, just a vote for everyone on the floor. Is he a good director? I've
Four thumbs up.
Got 2 thumbs, only 2, 3, 4 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Jonathan, we wanted people to know that this show just doesn't happen, that there are a lot of people behind. So during this 1 hour episode, we're going to introduce you to most of the people who work on the program. But right now we have something absolutely special because Christmas usually means...
Singing.
And Christmas music.
Lots of singing.
And some great Christmas music because we have the Gospel Collective.
Collective.
I need new teeth for Christmas. They're Adelaide's leading gospel choir, and they have a very special Christmas song for us right now. Here's the Gospel Collective.
Joy to the world.
Absolutely
How
great.
beautiful is that?
And modern and sounding just fantastic. We're going to be back in a minute with Charmaine Jones-Devascayam, who is the leader of, and she was playing
the
keyboard.
piano, yeah.
Jonathan, what did you think of the direction of that? Because you were here on the floor with us.
Fantastic. I couldn't have directed it better myself.
No, perhaps we need to get a new director after all. Hey, whatever happens to you in the future, we wish you absolutely the best of luck, and it's been a real pleasure to be working with you.
It has,
And what
Jonathan.
we'd love to see more of you is your sense of humour. But we'll be back in just a moment with Charmaine.
So I just want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all South Australians from Simon Cobbler. I'm a neurologist and neuroscientist, and I look into the brain, and what I know is that the joy and happiness of Christmas and being with family and friends, no matter what you might have wrong with you, is always important for all of us to enjoy in future. And I hope that we'll continue on with community television, because it's essential to be in contact with all South Australians. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas with your families.
I'm Al from the Band of the South Australia Police, and I hope you have a happy and Merry Christmas, and remember, drive safely.
Hi, I'm Craig Fisher. I'm an audiologist, and I'd just like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Malcolm, I love Christmas.
I know.
I love the Christmas songs.
The songs.
So we're in for
I
some
think
more.
everybody does, actually. In our culture, I think it's just it's something that comes from our childhood and grows with us, and we pass on to our children. But now we're meeting the lady who, in fact, started the gospel choir.
And her name is Charmaine Jones-Devascayam.
Perfect.
I
You
stumbled
did
in the middle.
You did it. You did it. That was
Welcome.
the game, yes. Thank you.
Charmaine, great. Welcome to great singing, great concept, lovely harmonies. And welcome to OurTime.
Thank you.
And welcome to our Christmas special, and thanks so much for doing it. But how did the group begin?
In 2009, I got a phone call from a gentleman called Anthony Williamson who said, I love gospel music. You know, he was saying, how many people love music? And he grew up with gospel music, and he said, I love gospel music. I want to put on a show for Fringe. I heard you do gospel. And I was on the phone. I remember my daughter, I was still breastfeeding. I was on the phone while I was breastfeeding her going, I haven't done a gig like this for so long. In fact, I've done gospel all my life. And then I said, sure. And he said, so I'm just about to submit it. What's the concept? And I literally had to, and because he'd just called me and, you know, I just had to come off the cuff, and I went, well, it's going to be about the eccentricity of gospel music from the beginning to the end of where we find ourselves. So we called it Gospel-centric. And off we went. And
But saying off we went, who's the we?
oh, well,
So-
we had no we. At that point, there was a me
Yes.
and a small child attached to me. So of course, the first person I called was my sister, who, as a child, I would always get her to do, she was my sidekick. So I called my sidekick, and then got together a group of singers from Adelaide, past students, colleagues, people who I knew enjoyed singing but was struggling to find their place in life. Sometimes creating music is so important.
Yeah, that is hard, isn't it? Finding a group of people who are
Similar.
yeah.
Well, similar likes, especially with music. I mean,
I was thinking more the symbiotic thought, really, because it is that, isn't it? You've sort of got to be symbiotic to get
You do.
that whole sound and that feel, because you've all got to phrase the same way.
And it develops.
You've got to hear all those levels. So how did you hear all the levels?
Well, I guess I had personally heard them or taught them or been involved in their lives in some way or another, and you know, you sort
No,
of...
I mean musically. How do you hear the harmonies? Well, first of all,
I think it's
so
a
you
gift.
teach, obviously.
I think it's a gift.
Yes, but you also teach, don't you?
Yes, I do. I'm an educator, and I've been really fortunate to have a lot of experience in education from tiny tots to tertiary and beyond. So
So
that's
what's
helped.
your current title?
I'm at Monash University in Melbourne, actually. I fly over every week.
Oh, do you?
Lecturing there in music, yes. And
Isn't that amazing?
It's pretty amazing. We live pretty I'm a very outside the box. My husband lives in Sri Lanka. You know, we live here. I work in Melbourne. Gosh, we're nuts. So,
Yes, I
and
love
completely sleep deprived.
Yes, I can imagine.
But it's great. I think that helps in arranging because you're never blinkered. You've never, the eyes are always looking for a new way to create. Or there isn't, that voice is a good voice because it sings in tune. Because a voice with a little bit of character or constriction or tension has a story, and that can add to the colour in the group. So I think very outside the square, that helps in creating the music. And I do believe in working, the energy of the people I work with and the what they give back is very important to creating that sound.
Well, just watching you, first of all, rehearsing and just seeing also the brilliant attention that everybody had to each other and to you, it was just so lovely to see. And then the sound that comes forth. Well, this show, of course, shows in Melbourne as well. So your friends in Melbourne will be able to see this.
Well, we're hoping to take Gospelicious to Melbourne later on next year, actually. So it's great, and we're hoping to involve the Monash Choir with that as well. It's really great, actually. I like the feelers just heading all over Australia. I love that.
But
Very
the sound, I
exciting
mean,
for you.
I've heard you do other work as well. So from pop work to Prince to everybody, it's just lovely. But a group like this doesn't come together without strong management as well.
Yes, I have a company called Gospel Enterprises, and once again, it started after the first show. Everything. It all starts after an initial idea. But a dear friend of mine, Ben Gillard, he and I run the business, and he takes care of the admin and the this and the that, the nuts and bolts. And
so you can be creative.
So I can do that
You can be
stuff.
businesslike, because it's true. It's about show business, and the business
Definitely.
is just as important as the show, isn't it?
Definitely. And also, it's really great when you have two hearts that are very similar and you can trust each other. And that the whole group, actually, it's not just about two hearts. We got the company together for the purpose of this family.
Yeah.
And the family is now growing with the Jones Commentary and the Jones Juniors and other things that we do around Adelaide. The Jones Commentary is like a community choir that you enrol up for a term. And we've got singers who are so advanced in that group from gospel themselves, and we've got people who say, I just like to sing in the shower. And then the
Yeah,
next
great.
minute they're on stage doing a Prince show.
Brilliant.
You know.
And you're going to come back and do
fantastic.
some more at the
Yes.
end of our program.
Yes.
So just thanks so much for coming in and being with us.
Charmaine, it's
And
just been a pleasure. Thank you
great
so
luck
much
for the
your time.
future.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with a whole lot more of our Christmas special in just a moment.
I'm Dr. Ray Cass. I'm a neurologist. I'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Frank Miller. I'm the Operations Captain at the South Australian Sea Rescue Squadron. I'd like to wish you all a happy and safe Christmas and enjoy your boating over that time.
Hi, I'm Hank Jongen from the Department of Human Services, and I want to wish you all the best for Christmas and 2017.
My name is Jace Wonders, and I would like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas on behalf of myself and all the other gifted.
Thanks for watching Our Time. I'm Peter Sell, and joining me now is Angela Flynn, who is involved with a very special event that just happened in Adelaide. Tell us a bit about it, Angela, and welcome.
Thank you. I'm the creative producer for Spirit Festival Presents, which is presented by Tandanya. Spirit Festival is South Australia's largest art and cultural, Indigenous art and culture festival.
It's been a pretty busy few weeks for you guys. I mean, it takes a lot to organise this sort of thing. There's music, there was dance, there was a fashion parade as well, we'll talk about in a minute. So how did it all evolve? How long had it been going?
The festival was just our 9th festival. We are an annual festival. However, because we're moving our dates, we decided to do a series of events in the second half of this year, just past. And we started many, many months ago trying to pull together the program because we do have artists coming from across Australia, not only locally.
So it was pretty exciting time for you because, like I said, the music, obviously people won't be, they've said Aboriginal art is, and music is just didgeridoos, but it's more involved than that. Tell us a bit about the musicians that you've had on.
That's right. So we had a cafe series, and the cafe series was in the Tandanya Art Cafe, and it was a very intimate acoustic experience. So we had about 18 artists in total across 3 nights, and they were it was very raw, so a lot of guitar, stripped back voices, a lot of solo, and it was beautiful, really beautiful. And people could just, they sat back, they had a drink, bite to eat, and just listen to the beautiful music.
So it's something a bit different, something you wouldn't normally hear or see, I guess.
No, that's right, that's right. So we're really keen, particularly with Spirit Festival, to showcase the breadth and diversity and innovation that Indigenous culture has. So it's not your traditional imagery that people are, that a lot of people have preconceptions of, which is dot paintings and
well, I mean, that's part of it as well, obviously.
Of course, but
people, when they came along, what was the reaction from the general public? A lot of this stuff was free, of course.
Yeah, it was, majority were free. There were only 2 events that were paid, and the reaction was fantastic. Everybody absolutely loved it.
So the general public, got the wide cross-section of people came along?
Yeah. So we have a lot of people coming from the Indigenous community, and we also have a lot of people from the non-Indigenous community. And
was it good to see their support?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And we're so, we like to welcome everybody to come along and celebrate our art and culture.
Now, you talk about fashion shows. I mean, we've seen lots of fashion shows through the years on the telly. How different was yours? Tell us a bit about what people had and how it came about.
Well, our fashion show was called Nalandi. Nalandi is a Kaurna word which loosely means the twisting of fibres, and it was almost like a performance. It was more of a performance than a traditional fashion show. It was held with the Adelaide Fashion Festival, and it was about wearable art and performance. So we had dance involved, we had live music from Electric Fields. The dances were choreographed by Dion Hasty, who's an amazing choreographer. And we had fashion from across Australia. So we did have 2 South Australian artists, collectives, but a lot of it did come from interstate.
No, we've heard that obviously the traditional Aboriginal colours are ochre, reds and whites and what have you, but you said that there was some from in the northern part of Australia that's really knocked your socks off.
That's right. It was, so from Mornington Island, Me Art Designs up in Queensland, we had these gorgeous silks and felts which were incredibly vibrant, like just the colours were amazing. But then we ran straight through to the other end of the spectrum where the Nuddenjerry weavings were all very natural, and that was with white and then the natural colours of the rushes and reeds.
Okay, so how many weeks? How long did it go for?
So it ran from the 16th of October through to the 3rd of December.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So the actual thing itself, obviously, it's ongoing. It's going to get bigger and better. Tell us what may be ahead in the future.
Oh gosh, I haven't even thought that far ahead.
Obviously, what works this time may work again for people who don't get a chance to see it.
Yeah. So normally our Spirit Festival is actually a little bit more concentrated. It usually happens over a week, and there's a big free concert. Okay. And that will be happening again next year in October, and it'll again be just fantastic music and dance and who knows what.
Are you surprised at the depth of talent that you've managed to find for these things?
I'm not surprised at all, but I think other people are. So it doesn't surprise me. I know that there is incredible talent and diversity out there in terms of the works being produced. So for me, it's not a surprise, but it can be a surprise for others, and I really delight in that. People are so they're a bit shocked, but they love it.
Yeah. So was food part of this as well, or was it
no?
Mainly
it was mainly performance.
Performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly performance.
So next year's, you're starting planning now, as you say?
Yes, yeah, we are starting to plan now, and there's going to be a whole lot of really interesting work. So I'm looking at some...
Don't give away any secrets.
No, I won't. But there will be some very interesting work coming.
So Angela, what's the name of the event again?
Spirit Festival.
Spirit Festival.
Yeah.
And fantastic, lovely talking to you, and hopefully most of the general public will be able to get along and have another, if they didn't get this time.
That's right.
Next year they can come and have a look and be wowed, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Good on you,
Thank
Angela.
you.
Lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.
Now here's just a bit of what we've been talking about with Angela Flynn from this fabulous festival. Have a look at this.
Bukulariwa, bukulariwa. Kun bunga yama, kun bunga yama. Bukulariwa, bukulariwa, bukulariwa.
Merry Christmas from Dreadlocks Drums!
Hi, my name is John Orchick. I hope you have a very, very happy Christmas and a fantastic New Year, and we'll see you all next year.
Welcome back to Our Time.
Welcome back.
Like we said at the beginning of the program, we were introducing to you our family on this Christmas special. That's our Time family. And
welcome, boys, Brendan, Jackson.
Thank you
these
for having
boys,
us.
yes, Jackson, Brendan, are usually on the other side of the camera.
yes, and we've just been talking about the difference. What's the main difference that you've just experienced?
It's very quiet on set.
Very
really?
quiet.
Yeah, it's very quiet.
I would agree with that, yeah.
So you do a lot of the editing of the program, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because although it's a live program, it still has to be sort of welded
Put together.
Yeah. Explain what editing means.
Well, it's basically like a puzzle. You get all these pieces and then you put them together to make a nice piece or a picture or whatever.
That people see.
Yeah.
And what is your real involvement? You've been doing a bit of everything.
Yeah, a bit of everything, yeah. So,
Camera?
yeah, camera sometimes. Mostly,
Sound?
yeah, a bit of that, but more often than not, mostly switching with the vision.
And that's pressing the buttons for
Pressing
each
the button,
camera to be
yeah.
selected. That he ends up at sometimes putting together at the end.
Yeah, so I do some of the editing as well. Mostly
Yes.
it's me and Brandon just
Yes,
come in.
Brendan and I. Not that
Brandon and I.
Not that
No.
I would have beat you to it otherwise.
But no, yeah, so we come in normally during the same week, I guess.
Yeah,
normally
within the week.
Yeah, normally it used to be Fridays, but I just guess whenever it works.
Because
for
you're
us,
both
sort of thing.
students here at
Uni.
this uni, but you're now...
I graduated in August. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But you're coming back to do...
Honours, hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's your...
I've still got 1 year, but I'm doing media arts.
So, in the future, where do you think television's going to go in the future?
On demand mainly.
Yep.
I feel like that's
Where do
the
you see
majority.
yourself fitting into that?
Hopefully editing either a blockbuster film or a hit TV show. That's my main goal.
Okay.
Do you see yourself staying in Adelaide then for that, or do you think you'll have to move on to another?
Unfortunately not.
No.
Like after I've done my education here, I'll maybe go over to Melbourne or Sydney, maybe get some work over there or more education, and then eventually move over to the States.
But you'll come back, won't you? You will come back to Adelaide.
Maybe. I've got
People
family
usually
here.
do though. People
I've got
usually
family.
Usually
That's
do
true,
because
yeah.
the beauty of the way the industry is now, you could really do that anywhere. There's so much stuff actually made for blockbuster films here in Adelaide.
Yeah.
In fact, the Foley, the sound effects and stuff, is done in a tin... There's a guy up in Hawker, I think it is, that does it all in a tin shed.
that
Literally.
right?
Set up his old tin shed. But what about you, Jackson?
Yeah, I guess it just depends on whether I do honours or not. I wouldn't be totally against doing further academic stuff, but in terms of the film-related stuff, I think probably freelance editing and then doing my own projects on the side is probably
But you guys
the
need
vague
to
idea.
get out and work, really, don't
Yeah.
you? But one thing that I have to ask you
Yes.
is what product do you use in your hair?
It's just pomade. So
Oh,
it's
really?
yeah, nothing
I used
terribly
to use
exciting.
that when I was 16 years old.
Yeah, so it's very old
Now I
fashioned.
recognise why it's like concrete.
Still in
Yes.
fashion, Malcolm.
It's still in fashion.
Pomade, yes,
Well,
that's
from Janice and me and everybody else on Our Time, we wish you the very best
Yes,
for your
we do.
future.
Thank
And we
you.
hope that your dreams really do come true, because we need guys like you. They've been just fantastic and so supportive of the whole team. We're going to show you as many of the people as we can.
Yeah, and it's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it as much
Yes.
as we.
And Brandon, don't cut yourself out of this when you edit it, right?
No, I won't.
Okay, fantastic.
And coming up next, stay with us, we've got dreadlocks and drumming.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Bly from the Festival Statesman Chorus, just wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
Hi, it's Kirby Draper here from Orange Sky Laundry Australia, just wishing you a very Merry Christmas this year and a clean set of clothes.
Nick Xenophon here, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. I know you're on our time, but I hope Christmas is your time.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you very much. You said that so well. Our next guest on our Christmas special is a young man I've known, I think, since you were about 14. It's Ben Hutton.
Yeah, it's about that long.
Who is an illusionist.
Yeah.
Is that what you like to be called the most, Ben?
Probably, yeah, illusionist is sort of coming back in. It used to mean the people who do the really big stuff.
It did, didn't
it? But I think because of the show The Illusionist now, that it sort of means, magician, conjurer, prestidigitator.
Oh, I like that's good.
Yeah, that's special fancy.
Word.
Yeah.
The man with the caterpillar on his upper lip.
Yeah.
That's a new thing, Ben. I haven't seen you with a moustache.
Yeah. It's something that you have to do from time to time.
Well, do you know, seeing you like this, and we both know who I'm talking about, is a wonderful old magician called Gene Raymond.
Yeah, of course.
Who exactly had very similar.
Yeah.
And I saw you the other day with the moustache, and I thought
Taking you back, did it?
It did take me back because he was probably one of your idols, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Gene. Went up and saw him a couple of times and, looked at the old footage, and obviously he was a big influence on a lot of South Australian magicians. So many, South Australia's a lot of... And then, of course, Ray and Jerry. Raymond Crowe.
Well, Raymond Crowe's been on the program. We've talked about Ray.
Oh,
just how his... people know him because of the shadow puppets.
But he's one of the best.
And you've worked with Ray a lot too.
Yeah, very fortunate. Got to roadie for Ray many times.
Did you?
Yeah. And actually, one of the first shows I did with Ray was spent weeks rehearsing it, and then my grandparents, everyone came and saw the show, and they were like, "Where were you in the show?" Because I was actually I can't really explain what I was doing, but it was on stage.
Yeah, of course you're on stage. But you were a person helping the magic happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You were in black for that, all black.
I was actually. No, I can't really explain it, but yeah.
Well, you were.
Don't
I was on stage.
Magic.
Yeah, I was on. It was on.
You were the magic.
Yeah, and actually, and Jerry McCraner, of course, and who introduced me to you.
And you were 14, I think.
I must have been a bit younger because you gave me my first gig as a magician.
Did I?
Do you remember the Soda Stream Carnival show?
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
Ben, it's hard though for people who do the ancient art of magic.
Yeah.
Because it is an ancient art, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's to. It's to create, the word illusion is the proper word to use because it is to create an illusion that something that appears to be real is real.
Yeah.
What drew you to it though, Ben? What was it about it that you just had to do?
I'm not sure what exactly it was, but I remember
pick up
I
girls
first...
and influence people.
Well, I saw Ross Skivington. It was like a big circus show, and as soon as I saw that, I just thought, that's just the best job in the world. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that? I suppose there are more people don't want to do it.
Most people can see you doing what these days and where? Because you're in based in Melbourne? Yeah,
based in Melbourne. Come back from time to time. I do a lot of close-up stuff, functions and weddings and parties and that sort of thing. And been developing like stage stuff as well. So sort of.
And
all
you've
over
got
the
a lot
place.
of stage stuff, and there's a whole lot of. You're one of the people I really like in magic because it's easy to buy a trick and to do it.
Yeah.
But it's not so easy to create your own story around that illusion and how everything sort of moulds together to come out as a complete piece.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's all storytelling. Whether it's here's your card and there it is, and then I guess maybe when you've been doing it for so long, you sort of get bored and start wanting to make your own stories, and I think that's what happens is that people sort of
Trying
take
to
the
create
bits,
all the
yeah,
time,
and
make it
create,
different.
yeah, make
And be original.
stuff that's fun for you, and be original, yeah. It's,
Because we had Jace Wonders on the show a little while ago,
Yeah, he's
and
great.
he's just created a whole story for himself.
Yeah.
The people that we know, like Ray Crow, Raymond's created a whole new world for himself that's quite original, and it's taken him around the world. And that's the beauty, isn't it? Because there's sort of an unwritten bond between magicians around the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you sign the oath?
Yeah, I've signed a few oaths in blood and
Oh dear.
And where do you want to go with your magic?
I don't really. As long as I can keep doing it, do you know what I mean? That's all that matters. Is
mesmerising and mystifying.
Yeah, that's all. That's the reward to do it. You know, like I sort of got my chops a bit on the street. You know, I did like busking for a long time, and if I end up back there, I'll be happy. You know, as long as I can just keep doing it.
Is it the one-to-one
performing
mystique that you like? Do you like that when the bewilderment in somebody's face
Absolutely,
and eyes?
it does. It is like that because obviously you know how. Well, I know how it's all done, but when I get to see it in other people,
it's
well,
magic.
that's right. Yeah, exactly. When I see that reflected in the audience, it's sort of. I get to sort of experience it again in a way, you know. So that's
like it's new for you as well.
Exactly. Yeah, it sort of gets to relive it in the wonder. Yeah, so
Ben,
it's so much fun.
It would be unkind to the people who are watching this program not to know what Ben actually does. So we're going to be back after this break, and we're going to see you in action.
All right, excellent.
We'll be back with Ben Hutton and some magic in just a moment.
Hello, I'm Libby Kosmala, and I've just returned this year from the Rio Paralympics, a wonderful trip. And I do want to wish everyone in South Australia and Australia a very happy Christmas.
Hello everyone, I'm Jake Cooper, I'm a part of the crew here at OurTime, and I'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Hello, I'm Pat Ricks from Tootie, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy and safe one with friends and family.
From everybody from behind closed doors, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous and fantastic New Year. Presenting, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Ben Hutton.
fantastic.
That was really clever.
Just fantastic. And
Loved the magic.
another person who's really clever is Jake Cooper.
Pardon, Janet, how are you?
Thank you.
I told everyone in the
Bill.
booth that I'd do that, so...
Oh, okay, Bill. It's nice that you could join us. Listen, you've done so many different things in the studio through the year. Just list a few.
Okay, I've done camera, I've done this camera, I've done that camera. That one, there we go. I've done this camera.
Show off.
There you go.
Yes.
I've done the switching, I've done the directing, I've done sound, and I don't think I've done Phil's job, but...
Phil being our floor manager. Have you swept the floor, though?
No, that's beneath me.
I actually think you have swept the floor.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
sure I've
Look.
seen you cleaning up here.
I may have. I
Yes.
don't remember.
The thing is, though, these jobs are jobs that you hopefully will do in your later life.
Perhaps.
Cleaning the floor.
Yeah, if I like to go to, that area, I think I'm qualified now.
Well, we hope that you'll be doing
To do
something
what-
that's
Yeah.
leading you to the direction that you want to go.
But what's your ambition, Joe?
Well, I've done enough in TV, I think. I've sort of got my foot in the door, I've got my taste, but I like to go into film. I've done a little bit of that recently, and it's...
Have you?
Yeah, it's more fun, I think.
But
More
this
my-
is,
more my
but
style.
your whole life is behind the camera, not in front of the camera. So this is a
Yeah.
rare opportunity to see your face.
Yeah, well, I see, yeah.
Do you think?
Hello.
Do you think any Hollywood producer, director, or an Australian one, for more to the point, will snap you up having seen you on this program?
I'm going to say no, but you never know. Things happen.
Talk
Actually,
yourself up, Jake.
That's true, though, Jake. You do never know what's going to happen
In this business,
So
that's for sure.
you've been just brilliant on this program, and we'd really like to thank you for everything you have done for us, and obviously for the people watching. And right now, here are some of the other people that make the show possible with Pete.
Well, we've already met some of the very talented people behind the scenes here at OurTime, and here are a few more. First of all,
Declan, I'm a cameraman. I'm Sam, I'm a cameraman.
I'm Michael, I'm also a cameraman.
I'm Matt, and I'm not a cameraman, I'm do the sound recording here.
very important too. Now, camera work, obviously, pretty talented. You've got to know what you're doing and stay focused, as it were. What's your ambition, Declan? What do you want to do?
Oh, I think film is it's a really good way to kind of forget about your life, which is good. And so to be on the other end of that, that's always been kind of something that I wanted to do, and I think this is a good way of starting.
A lot of guys who do this want to become filmmakers. Sam, yeah?
I think I'm in the same boat as kind of wanting to become a filmmaker.
Okay.
I like the idea of taking an idea and pushing it to create something pretty cool, like a TV series or a feature film.
Excellent. And Michael, you too, what are your ambitions? I mean, you've been here, how long have you been doing the course?
Yeah, we've been here for almost 2 years now,
Right.
and it's really good, yeah. And pretty much the same as these guys, but yeah, just everything about it, just the sound, the cameras, the editing, everything's really good.
Because when I said you've got to keep focused, obviously that's a bit of a play on words, but obviously there's a lot more than just pressing a button and pointing the camera, isn't it, guys? Tell us how the technical side of it. Do you enjoy that?
Yeah, well, it's you do it for a while and you start to pick up little bits at a time, and then it all kind of just comes together, and then it just kind of riding a bike eventually. But it's good. The show always kind of finds ways to keep you on your toes, and musical stuff and everything. Okay. So
Magicians.
We've had a lot of variety, and you've got to frame the thing correctly as well. Obviously, that's a key part of it, as well as the focus. Obviously, that's pretty obvious. A lot of people who do home movies think, oh yeah, that's pretty easy, but Michael, it isn't really, is it?
Oh, there's so much setup, especially with studio shots like this, lighting, focus. It just takes a long time, and you've got to go over every single part in this. Yeah.
Now, audio, obviously, very important. You're going, hello, something gone deaf, what's happened? How's that work for you? How long have you been doing audio?
Well, I'm actually relatively new to OurTime and the whole crew as a whole. But I really came in to learn new skills, because I originally did sound but more live music, and coming onto TV, it was a great new experience for me, and I've learned a whole lot, and I really feel like we've become a bit of a family, a bit of a good group.
So it's a team effort.
Yeah, it's a big team effort.
Yeah. So Christmas time coming around. I hope you guys have a fabulous Christmas. What have you got planned?
I'm just gonna sit alone in my room
and play carols.
Yeah, forget about my life and watch some good Christmas films, I guess.
Sam?
Well, I'm graduating at the end of this year, so I'm going to be finding a job.
Fantastic. Hopefully you will. And Michael?
Yeah, watching OurTime.
Yeah. Excellent. Guys, thank you very much, and very Merry Christmas. And that's the guys, the boys from our team.
When I cannot hear sparrows sing,
sacred place that's full of grace. There's a blessing in the storm. Help me sing, yeah. There's a blessing in the storm. When sickness won't leave my body, and the pain just won't leave my soul. Leave my soul. I get on my knees. I get on my knees. Say, Jesus, please. Oh, there's a blessing. There's a blessing in the storm. Help me sing, yeah. There's a blessing. There's a blessing in the storm. Na 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 na. The storm's sweet. Na 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 na. Sweet. Na 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 na. The storm's sweet. Na 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 na. Sweet. Na 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 na. The storm's sweet. Na 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 na. Sweet. Na 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 na. The storm where I cannot seem to love again, and the raindrops ever end. If you just hold on, those clouds will soon be gone. There's a blessing in the storm. Help me sing, yeah. There's a blessing in the storm. Help me sing, yeah. There's a blessing in the storm. The storm's sweet. The storm's sweet. The storm's sweet. The storm.
Fantastic, wasn't it?
Really,
That's lovely.
very good.
Thank you so much to Gospro, because that's really sort of created the spirit of Christmas and the sound of Christmas. But you know, Janice, this is more or less our last episode of Our Time that will be on this platform that you've been watching us on free-to-air television. And we'd particularly like to thank some of the people that have made this program possible. And it wouldn't have been possible had John Gall not begun the program 7 years ago. Do you know there've been over 800 guests on the program, and there's been all those episodes ever since. There's been a record kept of that, and I just remembered it's 800 people. But one of the other people that was here on the very first program that neither you or I were hosting at the time.
I came in at number 8.
Yeah, it was Phil, the floor manager.
Come on, Phil.
Come on, Phil. Now, he's not allowed to talk. We didn't give him a microphone. But, Phil, you've been absolutely a backbone of this program, because you've been here for virtually every episode. You've been out there amongst the cameras, counting us down, giving us time and everything. And we'd really like to thank you for being such a staunch supporter of our ability to talk to a camera.
And a lot of fun.
Only on a Tuesday when we're not here.
No.
But, Phil, thank you so much. Round of applause for Philip. Now go back to your job, Phil. And we'd also like to thank the other hosts who have joined us. Of course, there was Lavette this year, who is now working in Canberra. There's Sue Cardwell, and of course Ken Dickin, and of course the man of the moment.
Come in.
Man of the moment. Oh, thank you.
Well, you are,
Ladies and
because you're
gentlemen.
here, and this is a moment. Peter Sellen. Peter, have you enjoyed being with us?
It's been fun. I think I've done it for a couple of years now,
Yes,
and
you
it's
have.
been fantastic. And some of the people we speak to, some of the stories they tell, and some of the things they're involved with is quite astonishing. I wouldn't have known had I not been on the show.
No, absolutely eye-opening, hasn't it been, for
It's
both
been
of us?
fantastic.
And you're also
Absolutely.
woman-friendly.
There you go.
Everyone's a bit afraid of coming into this environment because it's television, and hopefully we've made it comfortable for all of our guests that have been on the show. But in the last couple of years, Lisa Stocko, who we used to work with at Channel 9, came in as the producer, and her and me and Jan Day, who's helped us also with pulling all of the guests together to get them into the studio on time to make the program. We've had a great time going out and doing some extra things, like earlier this year, the Cabaret Under the Star, and we've done Christmas specials over the last few years as well. But to everybody out here at UniSA in the studio, particularly to Andre, who's the studio manager, he's been brilliant making sure everything happens. But some of the girls who we really need to come in a real hurry are our makeup girls.
Come on, girls.
Come on, girls, quickly.
Yes.
Be careful.
Because
Phil and Natalie.
they make us look as good as they can every week.
Oh, you're always gorgeous anyway.
Oh, always gorgeous anyway, she said. But there's been a whole team of girls that have come in with you, and we'd just like to thank them all. There's too many names to mention, but you've been the last couple and you did us tonight, so to speak, with a cast of thousands tonight. And now we'd like to pull everybody who works on the show into the set, some of whom or most of whom you've met tonight. Where's Andre, particularly Andre, the studio manager, who's made this absolutely possible? Oh, I think he's behind camera and the only one left that isn't. Jan, come on, you can take pictures in here. She's madly taking photos. But we'd also like to thank you who have been watching us for all this time, because without you joining us on Facebook, and in the future without you following us both on Facebook and also on YouTube, because all of our episodes from the past year are on YouTube. That's right, guys, isn't it?
Hey, Jonathan, come on in.
Oh, Jonathan, our director. Who's directing now? And Lisa, that's right, knock the set over because we won't need it again.
We don't need it anymore.
And Lisa, come and join us quickly. This is Lisa Stocko, everyone. It's really sad to say goodbye, but hopefully this won't be a goodbye and we'll be able to see you again in the future. This is the lovely Lisa Stocko. Thank you, Lisa, for everything.
Thank you.
We would like also to thank everybody here, but thank you, Malcolm, for supporting me in this. It's been totally, I'm getting emotional.
Don't.
Fantastic. Had a lot of fun with all of you. Thank you.
Yes, it really has been. And Janice and I have known each other since we were both teenagers almost, only she was a younger teenager than I was. And it's been a joy to be working with you too. And all you guys, thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you to you. So from our time, after nearly 7 years of being on air, thank you very much. Keep watching us on YouTube because we'll be there forever probably. And hopefully next year when the government sorted out whether they should keep community television and keep giving people like this the experience of working in the real world, hopefully that will change and the government's decision will be reversed and we'll continue with community television right across Australia.
But until next time, we wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year.
And as I've always said, keep yourself nice until we see you next time. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye.
Merry Christmas.